Howdy everyone and welcome to the 2020 Season 1 AI Championships. I am your host Polcho and we are finally entering the quarterfinals. We have 8 teams left. These teams are serious. They know what they are doing. They are powerful. They are gunning for first. In today's video we are going up against Team 18 and 14, Y-Walk and Bedhair. And in the second match we are going to have Team 25, which is Debuffed as, and Team 11, A.M.A.P. Crowd favourites. Y-Walk in this section is probably the one I will be betting on. They were probably one of my favorite teams to make. So yeah, this serious business now, ladies and gentlemen. These teams are here for the win, and yeah, let's go over to the stadium, see what teams are fighting, and then see how they perform in the arena. First up in the arena, match 1 for the quarterfinals. We have Team 18 Y-Walk led by Aric and Shadow going up against Team 14 Bedhair led by Tanita. Again, two great teams. Let's head over, see which one has what it takes to beat the other and make it through. Be the first team into the semi-finals. Let's head over. In round number 1, we have Y-Walk going up against Bedhair. Very strong teams. Eraser takes a lot of damage straight off the bat by Tanita, Aric and Shadow Wukong. They are not messing around. They whip him pretty hard there. They have no healer or tank on Bedhair, so that is a very big disadvantage. Eraser is first to fall with Tanita very close behind. Tanita down. It's a 4v4 situation now. Y-Walk really need to focus someone. They need to take out Hylia. If she can get off a heal here or there, it could be very devastating for Y-Walk. With Blood Mage on Y-Walk, however, the anti-heal can come out every now and then, and that may work in their advantage. Tanita, at very low HP, is in critical, takes another hit and dodges, miraculously saved by Aric and Shadow, comes through, finishes it off, down to a 3v4 situation. Everyone is on the ropes here. Y-Walk really need to pull something out of their arse here. Blood Mage comes through with the anti-heal. I think that came at the opportune time. Wukong, Grok in critical HP along with Shadow with no heals able to come out. Hylia tries to heal, but it's a desperate move. Doesn't pay off. Y-Walk comes through, takes out Wukong and whoever was on the end there, I forget already. Hylia left and she cannot do anything to battle Y-Walk, who was at a disadvantage but turned the tables around spectacularly and came through with the win, giving first point to Y-Walk. Going into round number 2, and Bedhair really on the ropes here. They cannot afford to make any mistakes in this battle. Tanita comes through with a lot of damage, taking Eraser down to very critical HP, while Tanita is in a better state than he was last match. Blood Mage comes through with the anti-heal, lowers the stats of the enemy as well, and Mizuhiku comes through with added shield, but is it going to be enough? Eraser very close to falling. This is what they need. They take him out. Tanita still in a better state, however, they are getting dots applied to him quite quickly. They really need to take out Mizuhiku. That is the aim of the team. If they can take out Mizuhiku, Mizuhiku adds a lot of passive damage to the enemy team with all the dots that can be applied, and that's a really big advantage to the team. Y-Walk in a pretty good position at the moment. Grok in critical HP, very close to falling. Mizuhiku low on HP. He needs to be taken out. Wukong decides to go for Mirrodin for some reason, diverting his attack to someone else, unless that was a counter attack. I can't quite tell. Mizuhiku very low and Aric and Shadow very long. Mizuhiku falls and Grok falls as well, making it a 3v3, but Aric and Shadow then falls as well, bringing it down to a 3v2 situation. Can they make anything of this? I am not sure. Aric and Shadow in critical HP, so is Hylia, but Mirrodin is next to fall and Blood Mage is left on the field. Does an AoE, takes out... I keep forgetting who's on the end there. Shadow, I think? Yeah, Shadow. Giving the second point to... Bedhair, making it a 1 point for each team, forcing us to go to the third match and find out who takes this home. Moving into the third round, and both teams are on the ropes here. They really need to pull something out of their asses if they want to see themselves into the semi-finals. Bedhair doing a tremendous amount of damage on the Razor straight into the battle. Grok comes out with his taunty, support ability. Tanita quite low in HP as well. Eraser falls quickly in battle. They are quick to take him out, but the real threat is Mizuhiku. He may not seem it, but the dots he applies to the enemy are substantial. They do a lot of damage. Tanita's still alive, but however, he is to fall. Y-Walk could have just left him. The dots would have been enough to finish him off, however, they wasted an attack. It is down to a 4v3 situation. Y-Walk really pulling themselves together here. Wukong getting some counter attacks off there, doing a fair bit of damage. In fact, that might be the downfall for Y Walk. With all the free damage that Wukong gets out, he's taken out almost 3 characters by himself. Wukong takes out, nearly takes out Mizuhuku, and does a double miss on Arik and Shadow, which was really needed. Mizuhuku, Arik, and Shadow fold together. Wukong really pulling in the effort here. He's sick of his team letting him down. He's just taking the charge here, as he should. Sometimes you just need to take the initiative, and he finishes it off. Bedhair taking out Y-Walk and making their first name, well, not their first name, they're making a name for themselves as they take the first spot in the semi-finals. Yes, semi-finals. Good, congratulations, Bedhair. Y-Walk eliminated from the competition. Ladies and gentlemen, moving to match 2 of the quarterfinals, we have Team 25, Debuffed as led by Blood Mage, going up against Team 11, A.M.A.P, led by Danae. 2 very, very good teams. A.M.A.P a bit of an underdog, didn't have too many bets on it, but have just proven they have what it takes every battle they've come across. Debuffed as led by the golden child himself of the AI Championships, Arik and Mage. Let's head over to the arena, see which team can outperform the other, and move on to the semi-finals. Going into round 1, and Suthe starts coming out with a bomb, but does not do any damage, reduces the attack damage of the enemy. I'm pretty sure Eraser comes out with his AoE and heals himself up a tiny little bit, and Danae comes out with her counter-attack, which may prove very, very useful against Debuffed, as they primarily rely on AoE attacks. With Zart on the field, however, they have a very strong position, as Zart can both increase evasion, decrease accuracy. No, not decrease accuracy. Increase evasion, decrease speed, and resurrect. Resurrect up to 3 targets, I'm pretty sure, or 2, but it's not permanent. A.M.A.P getting a fair bit of damage out here, and if Zart can get a heal off, he may be in a very good position. Eraser does fall, however. He is brought back to life, but it is not permanent. And the rest of his team is brought back up to a pretty decent amount of HP. Piranha is doing what she can, but against Blood Mage, the anti-heal does take its toll on the team. What I was about to say is the bomb needs to come around, which it did a fair bit of damage on the enemy, which is really good. A.M.A.P in a really good position. If they can take out Zart, they are in a... Balara comes through, finishing off Zart. So she's reading my mind. Debuffed as is 3 characters to 5. They finally lose Piranha and Soothsayer, bringing it down to a 3v3 situation. Orohan comes out with an AoE, doing a fair bit of damage. Neither team has a healer, however, which is just all on damage at this point. Blood Mage takes a fair bit of damage as Balara. Danae swamps him with some attacks, bringing her down eventually, with her teammates supporting her from behind, making it a 1v3 situation. And Balara comes through with the final attack, hitting Balara and taking her out. First point goes to A.M.A.P. Moving into round number 2. And Debuffed as really need to pull something out here. They really need to change the tide of battle. Zart comes through, increasing the evasion of his allies, which might be very much what they need at this point. And the battle is starting off slow. No one really making any significant impact on the other team. It looks like each team is just setting themselves up for their combinations to come. Eraser taking the first big chunk of damage as A.M.A.P hits him continuously with several attacks, and then Zart comes through, being put to sleep. Zart needs to be taken out. A.M.A.P decides to aim Eraser, and Zart, they can't make up their mind on who they want to take. But Danae comes through with massive damage on Zart, taking him out very quickly, giving A.M.A.P a huge advantage. Balara comes through with a heal, doesn't really seem to do much. I don't think the debuff was on her team either. Couldn't tell. Eraser falls as well, making it a 5v3 situation, giving A.M.A.P a very, very strong position right now. There is not really much Debuffed can do from this point. A.M.A.P, they have their healer, they have a lot of damage, they have counter-attack. Debuffed as is really lacking damage at the moment. They just can't really take anyone down. Blood Mage does what he can, but he just doesn't have the support needed to really annihilate characters. He is next to fall, with Balara left last on the field as her passive protects her from all direct forms of combat. She's put to sleep and taken out, giving the second point second point to A.M.A.P, giving them 2 points overall, and they're allowing them to move on to the semi-finals. We'll move on to the third match, see if Debuffed can change anything, get a point. We'll see what they can do. Moving into round number 3, and Debuffed giving them the one final chance to prove to their audience, that they just had a bad run, but let's see what they can do. Karana is put to sleep. Debuffs are going out. Anti-heals are going out. A lot of damage coming out, but is it enough? Debuffed they really need to focus a target. They need to take someone out. Unfortunately, A.M.A.P they just work too well together. This team isn't really much of a counter to them. They can play the long game. A.M.A.P is all about the long game. They don't mind how long the battle goes because it's fine. It's not going to phase them whatsoever. They're not a quick damaging team. They don't get weaker as the battle goes on. They're just here, and the longer the battle goes on, in fact, I feel the stronger they get. Danae is able to get those counter attacks out, which really, really hurts Debuffed because primarily a lot of their attacks are AoE. Blood Mage, Dreverard, Eraser, all AoE attackers, and that really, really hurts especially when the counter attack buff is up. As Danae just placed it out there, if anyone comes through with an AoE, they're going to get clobbered. Zart very close to falling. Blood Mage may be the first. Susei first to fall, however, quickly followed by Blood Mage and Eraser as A.M.A.P really. They avenge their fallen ally in battle. Karana asleep. I feel like she may not last much longer. Eraser and Balara come through and finish Karana off. It's making it a 3v3 situation with Eraser now falling, making it a 2v3. Oraheim and Balara in critical HP though, but is it enough? Dreverard asleep, not going to be able to do much here, making it a 1v3 situation. And at this point, A.M.A.P have it in the bag, scoring themselves all 3 points. Moving on to the semi-finals where they will be versing Bedhead. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first 2 teams making it into the semi-finals. Team 14, Bedhair, going up against Team 11, A.M.A.P. It is getting closer. The teams are being eliminated, and we are getting ever so close to finding out who will be the first team to win the AI Championships Season 1. We have learnt a lot. There is much more to come. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I'll answer to the best of my ability. And wherever you are in the world, until next time, please take care of yourself.